Okay, so this is the story De Rota Fortuna, about the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, this is written by a guy named Boethius, and he wrote this when he was in jail. He was put in jail, and he was being convicted by the current king in Italy. And he before this he had been very wealthy and very powerful, but now he's had everything taken away from him. And what we have here is this is actually he's having a dialogue right now with the goddess Fortuna, and this entire section here is Fortuna speaking to him. Okay, so she says, "You have received many things from me." Notice here, multas res is the direct object of arche pisti. Okay, so yes, you have received many things from me. I was nourishing you for a long time. Wealth, habebas. Okay, you were having wealth. Okay, and notice duitias is plural, but we can just translate it as wealth. You could translate it in the plural as riches if you wanted to. Okay, and honors, and these honors mean like distinctions, like probably holding a special office and had certain political powers and such. Okay, you were mistaken. Okay, perfect tense here. Putabas te illas res. You were thinking, and now what we've got here is a sentence that is in secondary sequence. Okay, because we're in the imperfect tense with our main verb. Okay, and then we've got te, which is going to be the subject of the infinitive, putabas being a head verb introducing indirect statement. And then we have something new here, habaturum esse. Okay, this is a future active infinitive. Okay, so we've had so far we've had the present active and passive infinitives. Then recently we've gotten the perfect active and passive infinitives, and now we have the future active infinitive. We'll be learning the future passive infinitive soon. Okay, so we will translate this actively because it's an active participle. Okay, and so te is the subject of habiturum esse. Okay, so you were thinking that you, and then notice we're in secondary sequence, so we translate this as, there's a couple of ways we can do this. We can say you were thinking that you were going to have these things. Okay, or another way, in English, when we're in secondary sequence, we're going to translate a future tense instead of will as would. So we could also say you were thinking that you would have, okay, these things. And then what we have here is datas is a participle, okay, that agrees with res. And notice we have this little other clause sandwiched in between them. Okay, so you were thinking that you were going to have these things. What things? Things given to you, okay, for a time. So she's saying you were thinking that you were always going to have these things that were given to you for a time. So we could say that were given to you, or which were given to you, or just things having been given to you, or even just you were thinking that you would always have things given to you for a time. Okay, and what she's saying here, and time is an important thing. Okay, because time is temporary. Okay, so she's saying you think you were always going to have these things, but nope, that's temporary. Okay, things come and go. But constancy is foreign to me, is alien from me. Okay, ablative of separation here. Okay, always about to go away. There's another of our future active participles, okay? Nothing to you I gave, or I have given to you nothing, okay? And she's making a contrast here between, well, with here with Datas and Dedi. You know, since I'm always about to go away, right? I haven't really given I have really given nothing to you. I haven't really, in other words, I haven't really given to you anything permanently. Okay. One day or finally, okay. And notice here with relictus s, this is um, a perfect passive verb. Okay. Um, finally, you have been abandoned by me. Okay. So in other words, he had fortune, but fortune's left him because now he's in prison. Okay. Wealth and honors with me discaserunt. Okay. They have gone. Okay. So divitiae and honores are subjects of discaserunt. Okay. Wealth and honors have left with me. So I left. Those things came with me, okay? Why are you blaming me? Okay? Nothing from you have I stolen. I have stolen nothing from you which was yours. Okay? All the things you had weren't really yours, okay? You will not be able to accuse me of theft. People have many things, but they possess nothing. And here she's making a contrast between having habeo and possideo. Okay, they have things, okay, temporarily, but they don't actually possess them. Okay, I, Fortuna, possess all things. If things, and notice here again, we have our participle, okay? Oh, and then we have, so what we have here is one of our future perfect passives here, okay? If things will have been given by me to people, or to men, okay? I shall take those things back later. Okay, and notice what we have here. We've got, this is known as a future more vivid condition. Literally, if things will have been given to men, I will take them back later. Okay, now in English, we do something slightly different. In English, we would probably say something like, if things have been given to men by me, I will take them back later. Okay. Notice I didn't translate this as a future or a future perfect, but simply as a regular past tense. If things have been given to me. In English, that if is a marker of something that probably hasn't happened yet, and so we're not as precise as the Latin speakers when it comes to using futures. In conditions and other kinds of clauses. Okay, so we can translate this as, if things have been given to men by me, I will take them back later. But the literal translation is, if things will have been given to men by me, I will take them back later. For all things, all these things, okay, are mine. Notice the possessive adjective here. And then the contrast here between the possessive adjective here, but yet using the genitive plural here to show possession. So for all these things are mine, not of people, okay, of men. If a man, relictus, having been left by me, okay, and then, oh look, erit, oh, we have a verb here, okay, we have another future perfect passive. If a man will have been abandoned by me, okay, all things given to him will leave with me. Of all riches and things, which people have. Oh, external things. Okay, I am the mistress. Oh, I see. Okay, so I am the mistress of all wealth and things. Which external things people have? And notice here, a lot of times Latin will use an adjective where we would use an adverb, because we might say something like which people have externally or something like that. But here, and it's a little awkward too with this relative clause, so which external things people have. Never with any man, okay, do I always remain, but all wealth and riches, external riches, okay, always remain with me. All things in the life of men are always being changed. Men live as if on a big wheel, which is being turned around an axis, always. This wheel is mine. Don't say this wheel is me. This isn't a pronoun. It's a possessive adjective. Okay. If it were this wheel is me, it would be ego, and then that would be this wheel is I. Right. Okay. A man who will have been lifted on my wheel, okay, later will descend and will fall. And notice here, this is another instance where if we could probably replace qui with if, okay. If a man has been lifted on my wheel, later he will descend and fall. It's another one of those future more vivid conditions, okay. But we'll say will have, okay. And then a man, therefore, who has wealth and honors, for sure, and there's our idiomatic expression there, ought to know, okay, and now we're going into indirect statement here, okay, he ought to know, there's our head verb, okay, that he, and then that he will abandon those things finally one day, okay. Okay, and notice this again. This is one of our future active infinitives. Okay, he will know for sure that he will abandon those things. He will leave those things behind. Okay, right? You've heard the expression, you can't take it with you, right? Okay, that's what's going on here. Okay, thank you very much.